Hello, friends. Are you in the market for a new mattress or bedroom suit? Puckett's Furniture is your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy Posturepedic mattress dealer. Take advantage of Puckett's low price guarantee, plus up to 80% off of our Jameson solid latex mattress sets, putting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Queen mattresses starting at $599. Come check out our large inventory of solid wood bedroom suits before these ridiculously low prices are gone forever. Financing also available. Puckett's Furniture since 1954. Come on down.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Phil Marshall for your personal price plan today.
come back to Livingston Academy. They will play tomorrow in Jenkins, Kentucky. We'll have that game on at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon in Jenkins, Kentucky for the matchup between Livingston Academy and Jenkins High School. Captains for Upperman, number 11, Jaleric Cullum. Also number 26, Zachary Neal. And number 61, Zeke Unger. The captains for the Bees, dressed in the road white, the black numbers, the gold trim. Captains for Livingston, number 1, Carson Parrott. Number 4, Trey Coleman. And number 17, Tripp Sadler. Captains meeting at the center of the field as Livingston dressed in the all blue tonight, the white helmets for the Wildcats. As we get ready to get this one underway, Livingston will celebrate homecoming a week from tonight at home against Pickett County, as that will be homecoming 2023 for the Wildcats. Now, they have changed a little bit of the homecoming activities, we're being told. The parade will not be that Thursday night like it has been in the past few years. Stay tuned. Overton Events will pass along when we get an official word as to when it's going to be, as they are going to play it on, or have it on Friday, I think, before the parade. But again, stay tuned and we'll give you official word on that. Crowd continuing to file in here at Livingston Academy. Upperman brought a big crowd down here, rather up here, I guess, from Baxter, as the Bees trying to get a win over Livingston Academy. They got the win a year ago over the Wildcats. Upperman is coached by Adam Kane for the Bees. He's been there several years now. As Livingston Academy won the toss, they have deferred to the second half. So Upperman won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So it'll be Livingston Academy going on offense to start this one as the Wildcats will have the football first as they get ready to come out of the tunnel there on the far end of the field. As you look at that, the image painted in your mind is that storm a week ago blowing that tunnel up on the top of the field house. A couple of weeks ago, blowing that tunnel up on top of the field house. One of the scariest nights in history of Livingston Academy football is that one a couple of weeks ago against Whites Creek. Just the unknown that was going on. Then when the lights went out, all of the panic started happening, and DeKalb County getting set to kick off as they'll get number 14, Sebastian Stanfield, out to kick for the Bees, as Livingston Academy makes their way onto the field for the first time here tonight in this region matchup with Upperman. Happy to have you with us here on Overton Events as you watch Puckett's Furniture Livingston Academy football on Overton Events. Happy to have you with us here for this region matchup. Great night for football. We remember how hot it's been a couple of weeks ago. It's about 75 degrees, I'd say, here at kickoff. No breeze. It's just a perfect night for football as these two teams get together. Field looks great. The little robot painting the lines very well. And they've kind of loaned it out to soccer. They used it last night over at the girls' soccer game, as they got a big win last night over DeKalb County, 9-0. Did the Lady Wildcats to go to 3-0 in the district. Livingston Academy trying to get a big region win here tonight in football, trying to knock off the Upperman Bees. Carson Parrott and Daniel Bilbrey going to drop deep to receive the kick. Also back there, Caden Weitzel dropping deep, as he's going to drop back deep instead of Parrott this time for Livingston Academy. As Stanfield to kick for the Bees. He's got it set up on the hash mark to the near side for Upperman. Kick is away. Booming kick from Stanfield. Bilbrey from the 3 to the 5 to the 10. Tries to bounce it outside. He'll get to the 20, but can't shake free at the 23-yard line as he dives ahead for extra yardage. Good open field tackle there by Upperman's number 4 making the stop. That is Cam Bush in there on the tackle for Upperman, and Livingston Academy will have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. They'll give him the 24, actually, to start this drive, as the Wildcats, pretty good starting field position after a great kick by Stanfield, puts them deep inside the 5 to receive it, but Bilbrey, a good return of 21 yards, taking it all the way to the 24-yard line, and Brody Coffey will lead out his offense as we gave them to you earlier in the pregame. Coffey from the pistol with Jackson Bowles behind him. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, as Bowles will go in motion. Going to the left side, they'll swing it out on a little bubble screen. Bowles has it, the 25, up to the 30, and he's going to be wrapped up there. Gain of about 6 on the play. On the little bubble screen to Jackson Bowles out in the flats, as he'll pick up good yardage on the first reception of the night. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 4 now for the Livingston Academy offense. Always great to get positive yardage on 1st down, and that's what they were able to do there. Makes 2nd down and 3rd down so much easier if you can keep ahead of the chains, and that's what Livingston was able to do. Again, 2 wide receivers work this wide side of the field with Parrott and Brown. Bowles in motion again, coming out to the near side. Coffey under some pressure. He'll roll the other way. Coffey now going to tuck and run across the 30, but he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. A cut gain of a couple on the play before he's pushed out of bounds by Branson Turnbow over there to bump him out of bounds. Will be a short gain. We'll set up a 3rd down and 2 now for the Wildcats offense as they'll scrimmage from the hash mark on the left side. Good crowd filing in here at Livingston Academy. Good crowd over on the Upperman side as well, as it's always an intense matchup when these 2 teams get together. As Coffey, a possession down here for the Wildcats senior quarterback as they try to keep this drive going on the opening possession of the game. Just over a minute gone in the 1st quarter with 10:58 to play in the 1st quarter. As Coffey from the pistol again. Bowles will move up beside him. Reset into the shotgun formation. Handoff will go to Bowles, and he's hit immediately, and he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. As a good read there by the defense for Upperman, number 21, Ethan Polk, and Eli Bullock in there to make the stop for Upperman. But there's a penalty marker down on the play on the far side of the field. We'll check that penalty. No gain on the play, but it's going to be a false start on Livingston. You'd think they'd decline that and set up a 4th down and 2. And it will be a punting situation for the Wildcats, as coming into punt will be Dylan Watson. Watson having a good year punting the football for Livingston Academy. But he'll punt this one from about the 20-yard line when he boots this punt. Low snap, 1 hop to Watson, able to stick with it and get that one away under a heavy rush. It'll take a Livingston bounce at the 40-yard line. It'll kick out of bounds and go down to the 39, where it will be out of bounds, and Upperman will have their first possession there at the 39-yard line with 10:19 to play in the 1st quarter. No score here at Livingston Academy. Quarterback for the Bees, number 8, Bronston Chaffin. The running backs, number 21, Ethan Polk, and number 22, Nathan Ledbetter. Wide receivers, number 1, Jackson Rollins, number 4, Cam Bush, number 9, Clayton Harris, and number 10, Branson Turnbow, the tight end for the Upperman offense. Chaffin from the shotgun will bring a man in motion with Rollins. They'll hand to Rollins on the jet sweep. He'll take it upfield across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Gage Hoffman there to wrap him up for Livingston, but not before a 4-yard gain for Jackson Rollins on that jet sweep to start this series, as he will get the carry, trying to get the speed guys up to speed and hand off on that jet sweep and pick up positive yardage for them as they are able to stay ahead of the chains on 1st down. Again, that's always a big play if you can do that, as now it'll be a power backfield for Upperman. They've got a fullback right behind the right guard. Handoff will go to the tailback, as running the ball straight up the middle, Ethan Polk, taking it across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Tackle made there by Livingston Academy's Matthew Slayton on the stop. 4-yard gain for Polk to set up a 3rd and 2 now for Upperman, as they'll have it at the 47-yard line, have to reach the 49, so 3rd down, just about exactly 2 yards to go for the Upperman offense. A couple of wide receivers to the far side as they have kept the football over a minute here on this opening drive. They'll bring a man in motion. They'll hand to him on the jet sweep, trying to get to the edge. And he's going to be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot, and I think he got it as Braden Story over there to make the tackle along with Seth Smith. It's Jackson Rollins again. He'll pick up 2. He needed 2. He actually gets 3, and that will move the chains and a first down for the Upperman Bees as they'll take it up to midfield. Spotted down right at the 50-yard line. Good job setting the edge by Braden Story, but Rollins able to cut it upfield and pick up the first down for Upperman up to the 50-yard line. Chaffin from the shotgun will hand off. Oh, he fakes to Paul. Chaffin has pressure. Chaffin is going to get away from that pressure. He'll throw on the run. Wide open, dropped. Had a man wide open downfield. Tried to get to Cam Bush. Bounced it off his shoulder pads, and the incompletion going to set up a 2nd and 10 now from Upperman. There's a penalty flag down. Good pressure from Gage Hoffman. That's an illegal forward pass on the Upperman quarterback Chaffin. He was beyond the line of scrimmage when he released that football. So that will be a 5-yard penalty. It will carry with it a loss of down. So it'll be a 2nd and 15 now for the Upperman offense on that illegal forward pass as Chaffin just about a half a step beyond the line of scrimmage. But it was an illegal forward pass, and now they have a 2nd and 15 from their own 45. Chaffin from the shotgun takes the snap. He'll hand off to Paul. Up the middle, breaks through, gets across midfield into the Livingston Academy territory for the first time. Tripped up there by the Wildcats' John Geist, but a gain of 7 on the play for Ethan Polk, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Bees offense from the Livingston Academy 48-yard line. Deacon Allred in on the stop for the Wildcats as well, as it's 3rd and 8 now for Upperman. Possession down for this Livingston defense to try to get the football back for their offense. Chaffin from deep in the gun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quick hitter outside, going to be complete, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately. That's Braden Story coming up to take down Jackson Rollins for a gain of a yard and set up a 4th and 7 for the Upperman offense. That's a good defensive play by Braden Story as Rollins going to gain a yard, but they'll have it 4th and 7 now, and the Wildcat defense will force a punt from Upperman on their first possession of the night here at Livingston Academy. He said just a perfect night for football as Upperman up to the line of scrimmage on 4th and 7. This is an area you have to be a little careful here for the Bees. Punting, Stanfield. He kicks and punts for Upperman. He booms away a good one. Fielded at the 5-yard line by Bilbrey. Hit immediately, brought down immediately by the Upperman coverage man, Elijah Pitts, there to wrap up Bilbrey after a yard on the return. But Livingston will have the football, and they'll start this drive at their 11-yard line. I said the 5-yard line. It was the 10-yard line where he fielded it. So it'll be the 11-yard line where the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 for their offense as they get ready for their second possession of the night. Huddled around head coach Matt Hauser for Livingston Academy. Bilbrey and Hughes going wide to the left. Brown coming wide to the right. Hoffman, the tight end, lined up directly behind the left tackle. Bowles moves to the right of Coffee. Handoff goes to Bowles. He's hit in the backfield and wrapped up for a loss on the play by Upperman. As there to make the stop for the Bees, number 22, Nathan Ledbetter, in there on the tackle. A gain of a yard on the play for Bowles, and it's going to be no gain on the play. Spot him down right at the 11. Might have lost a half a yard on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and a little over 10 yards for the first down for Livingston. As that pressure by Upperman. There in a 3-man defensive front are the Bees. 4 linebackers for Coach Kane as they direct traffic there. Does the Livingston offensive line. Coffee moves Bowles back to his right. We're halfway through the first quarter. no score here in Livingston. Coffee. Pass caught by Bilbrey, but he's going to be tackled for a loss on the play. Good stop over there by the defensive back there for Upperman. That's number 4 coming in to make the tackle, Cam Bush. And Bilbrey is going to lose a couple on the reception. Has that little bubble screen over on the far side, and they read it well. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 12 now for the Livingston Academy offense. Coffee getting the play call from the sideline. They come to the line of scrimmage. Coffee. From the pistol, they stay in that formation this time. Will hand off to Bowles. Big hole up the middle to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Goes Jackson Bowles on a burst right up the middle for 15 yards. They'll say the knee went down at the 24. He'll gain 15. It'll be the first Puckett's Furniture first down of the night as they pick it up with 4:57 to play in the first quarter. And the Wildcats on that little handoff to Jackson Bowles right up the middle to pick up that first down and move the chains up to the 25-yard line. So give him 16 on the carry for Jackson Bowles. And the Wildcats have the first down of the night against this Upperman team. Coffee awaits the snap. 4-man front for Upperman. 4-3 alignment. They'll fake the handoff. Slant pattern caught by Brown. Brown across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. The 39-yard line goes Will Brown. Gain of 14 on the little slant pattern, the skinny post, to pick up 14 yards and a Puckett's Furniture first down. Puckett's Furniture on West Main Street. For all your furniture, appliance, and bedding needs, go by and see them on West Main Street at Puckett's Furniture. As back-to-back first downs by the Wildcats offense as they move the football up to the 39-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Livingston, as Coffee will get the play call from the sideline. Bilbrey wide to the left. Brown and Hughes wide to the right for this Livingston offense. Coffee has pressure, steps up in the pocket, now in trouble. He's going to be sacked. Getting back there to bring him down is number 9. That is Clayton Harris on the sack for Upperman. A loss of 3 for Brody Coffee. And it'll be a 2nd and 13 now for the Livingston Academy offense, as he's just outside the 11-yard line. He needs 13 to actually pick up the first down. Wildcats having a good opening drive, though, or a good second drive, as they had a 3-and-out on the opening drive, then forced a 3-and-out by Upperman. Now put together back-to-back first downs, but behind the chains now with a 2nd and 13. Trip receivers go to the left side for the Livingston offense now. Coffee will take the snap. He'll hand off to Bowles. Bowles can't find much room in the middle this time, as the tackle made there by Evan Briggs for the B defense. It'll be a gain of 1 on the play for Jackson Bowles to set up a 3rd and 12 now for the Livingston offense. Possession down here for this Upperman defense with 2.5 to play in the first half. That's Livingston Academy facing the 3rd and long, and you know Coach Kane's tendencies. He'll be coming after them here on this 3rd down, you would think. Coffee moves Bowles to his left. Man-to-man coverage here on this near side to Brown. Coffee looking in the middle of the field. He's in trouble. He's sacked. Ball comes out, picked up by Ledbetter, the tackle for Livingston Academy, but he can't run with it as he is wrapped up by the Upperman defensive line, and it's going to be a loss of a couple on the play on the fumble recovery, and it'll set up a 4th down and 14 now for the Livingston offense, as they'll have to punt the football away, as Watson coming in to punt it away for Livingston Academy, as Dillon will drop back to punt. Upperman got a man at the 35-yard line awaiting the punt. Snap a little higher this time. Watson gets this one away. Pretty good punt. Fielded by Rollins on the fair catch. And they'll spot him at the 30-yard line. So a good punt there to avoid a return. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Upperman at the 30-yard line where they'll have the football. So Upperman with their second possession. 1:08 to play in the first quarter. Still no score here between Livingston Academy and Upperman. On this second Friday in September, you expect it to be a little more humid, a little hotter than this. So it's just a break for the teams and the spectators as well. As Chaffin from the shotgun. Hands off inside to Polk. Polk finds a hole to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. And he's going to be caught from behind. No, he got free of the tackle. He'll take it into the end zone to score. There's a penalty marker down. That's going to be a horse collar tackle. That's going to be waved off, and it's 70 yards for Ethan Polk for the Upperman offense for the touchdown. Just right up the gut. Polk got through that first line of defense, and then there was nobody there in the linebacker core waiting on him. He takes it 70 yards for the touchdown for Upperman to put them on the board as the clock continues to run with 40 seconds to play. Did they say he was down? No, it's a touchdown. It'll be a face mask instead of a horse collar. Either way, it's declined. It's a touchdown. They finally get the clock stopped at 33 seconds. So the touchdown coming with 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. As on to attempt the extra point is Upperman. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is Upperman 7, Livingston Academy nothing. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, friends. Are you in the market for a new mattress or bedroom suit? Puckett's Furniture is your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy Posturepedic mattress dealer. Take advantage of Puckett's low price guarantee, plus up to 80% off of our Jameson solid latex mattress sets, putting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Queen mattresses starting at $599. Come check out our large inventory of solid wood bedroom suits before these ridiculously low prices are gone forever. Financing also available. Puckett's Furniture since 1954. Come on down.
70-yard touchdown run by Upperman's Ethan Polk. 3 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown for the Bees as they will kick off. As they will step off the face mask penalty on the kickoff. So it'll be at the 45-yard line where they'll kick off. And your Coach Bruce Lamb or Coach Jimmy Maynard, this is perfect onside kick territory right here as Livingston awaits the possession. It's got to go 10 yards, so it's got to go to the 35-yard line. If you put the end zone, they're going to get the 20 anyway. So this is the perfect chance to roll the dice and go for a onside kick if you want to try to play that way. As Stanfield will try the onside kick. Takes a high hop, and Livingston's going to recover it as they were thinking the same way. Who was that falling on top of it? That's Dylan York there for the Wildcats on special teams as he'll come up and get the recovery. Took a high hop for Dylan right up to him as Livingston will get possession. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line for the Wildcats. Upperman, 1-play drive on their last possession to take it 70 yards to score the touchdown. And now Livingston trailing in this matchup with 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. They'll start this drive. Coffee takes the snap. 4-man rush. Late pressure, and Coffee will throw it into the ground, and Well, they say there was a receiver in the area as he gets rid of it to avoid the sack, and it will be an incompletion and set up a 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats offense. Clock stopped with 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. Good pressure there on a little delayed blitz by the Upperman defense, able to get back there and get to Coffee and force him to throw it before he wanted to. As Coffee will step back in there for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers work the short side of the field on the far side, the boundary side. Coffee going to roll to the wide side. Call quarterback run here. Brody up to the 35-yard line, maybe the 36. He'll gain a couple on the run, will Coffee. And it will set up a 3rd and 8 now for Livingston. That will be the last play of the first quarter. So we're through 1 complete. And at the end of 1, it is Upperman 7, Livingston Academy 0. Back for the second quarter right after this.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
We move to the second quarter with Upperman ahead 7-0 here in the second quarter. Livingston facing a 3rd down and a long 8 for the Wildcats offense. They've got to get to the 44-yard line for the first down. As they're just inside the 41 is Livingston Academy. Trey Coleman in the backfield for Livingston now on this 3rd and long. They'll move him to the left of Coffee. Coffee fakes to the right side. He'll pull it down and run with it. Brody steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Well, they say he got to the 40. Maybe out of bounds at the 39 is where they'll say he stepped out of bounds. So a gain of 4 on the play for Brody Coffee. And we'll set up a 4th down and 6 now for 4th and 5 for the Livingston Academy offense up the 44-yard line. And they'll send the punt team on with Dylan Watson to punt it away for Livingston Academy. As the Upperman defense with a good series there to force the punt from Livingston, as Dylan Watson coming in to punt once again for the Wildcats. Watson takes the snap. Good snap this time. A little pressure. Dylan gets it away. It'll take a Livingston bounce. Upperman will field it right in the crowd, and Livingston's going to wrap him up quickly as Gage Hoffman back there along with Drew Goolsby wrapping up the Upperman return man who's shaken up there for the Bees. That's number 25, I think, down back there for Upperman. As he is slow to get up is Austin Roberts as the player shaken up for Upperman. I think it's Austin Roberts. I'm looking at the helmet. It looks like a 25 on there. I can't really tell from the angle that he's at and haven't been able to know it's number 1 for Upperman. That is Jackson Rollins, and that's a big key to this Upperman team as Rollins is the player shaken up. While we've got a moment here, let's thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Milton Raines and Family, People's Bank and Trust Company, Farley & Sons Construction and Excavation, Farm Bureau Insurance, Highway 111 Deli, Livingston Dance Studio, Smith Septic Service, Livingston Rental Center, Puckett's Family Dentistry, 1806 Barbecue, compliments of a Wildcat fan, The Muscle Factory, Exit Rocky Top Realty, Walnut Grove Church of Christ, E.B. Gray Jewelry and Gifts, Willow Grove Marina, Lucky Red Stables, Wascon Incorporated, Maynard Auto Sales, R&M Family Pharmacy, Farmers Insurance Rick Savage, Overton County News, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Livingston Family Healthcare, Livingston Dairy Queen, Bullseye Security, Livingston Regional Hospital, First Church of Livingston, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Jerry's IGA, Highway Tire, and Puckett's Furniture, our sponsors here on Overton Events. Go out and support our sponsors. They're who make it possible for us to be able to bring these games to you here each week here on Overton Events. Another big week coming up next week. We've got the high school game up in Jenkins, Kentucky tomorrow. That will begin at 4:30. We've got the Outlaws homecoming tomorrow afternoon as they'll play host to Fentress County. The homecoming festivities begin at 2 tomorrow afternoon. The Pee Wee game begins at 4. The juniors at 5:30. Seniors at 7 tomorrow night. As Upperman will take the snap, trying to come near side, is the quarterback there for the Bees. Chaffin, but it falls incomplete as it's underthrown there, and the incompletion going to set up a 2nd and 10 now for the Upperman offense. Monday night, we've got Livingston Academy volleyball as the Lady Wildcats play host to Smith County. That'll begin at 4:30 with a junior high game, then the high school games to follow as Chaffin from the gun with Polk to his left and movement up front. Penalty markers flying. It's going to be offsides against Livingston Academy. So the 5-yard penalty going to move the football up to the 31-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 5 now for Upperman. Just underway with the second quarter here at Livingston Academy. Upperman dressed in the all-white. Livingston in the blue jerseys, blue pants, the white football helmets. 2nd and 5 for Upperman as they break the huddle here. They'll move everything with the power to the right side now. They look to run that way. Chaffin going to pick up the first down, hit hard, and wrapped up there by Carson Parrott for Livingston Academy, but going to be a gain of 9 on the called run for Bronston Chaffin as he'll have his best run of the night as Chaffin actually carrying for the first time and moving the chain for Upperman. They pick up only their 2nd first down here in the first half through the Bees, but they have put a touchdown on the board on a 70-yard run on a first down run to score the only points of the game. Handoff will go to Polk on a little misdirection play, and he's wrapped up quickly by the Wildcats defense as coming in to make the play for Livingston is number 61 there for the Wildcats, Adam Richards, and number 4, Trey Coleman in on the stop. Gain of 3 on the play for Polk as he'll have a short gain. We'll set up a 2nd and 7 now for the Upperman offense. They're at the B 43-yard line. Send a couple of wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side for Upperman. Play fake to Falk. Chaffin under pressure, throws on the move. He's got a man. He's got a catch inside the 20, pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line, I think. That is Chaffin going complete to number 43 on the catch for Upperman. That's not 43, it's 13 on the catch for the Upperman offense. That is Elijah Pitts with the big catch as he goes down to the 14-yard line. So the first down for Upperman as Chaffin opens 4 of 4. That's 45 yards to Pitts for the first down for the Bees. 1st and 10 from the 14. Handoff goes to Polk. Polk off the right side will pick up good yardage. Carson Parrott making the touchdown-saving tackle, but Polk going to pick up 9 as he's nearing 100 yards on the night. That'll be a 2nd and 1 now for the Upperman offense. 2nd and 1 from the 6-yard line for Upperman. As Elijah Fitz back into the ball game for the Bees. 2nd and call it 2 as they give him 8 officially. They'll hand to Polk again. Behind that pulling guard, he'll take it in and score. No, that's not Polk. That's number 11 for the Bees. That is Jaleric Cullum on the run for Upperman. But there's a penalty marker down on the play as Cullum takes it in to score, with the penalty marker thrown at the 1-yard line. It's going to be against Upperman, so they'll take the touchdown off the board. It's a hold on the Bees. So take away the touchdown for Upperman and move the football back out to the 12-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 8 again for the Upperman offense. But Cullum going right behind that pulling guard as they brought around to lead him there, Ian Cox, 6'1", 205, and he showed good speed to get to the point of attack to lead that run. But the holding penalty going to bring it back and set up a 2nd and 8 for the Bees. But still deep in Livingston territory. They have it at the 12-yard line. Handoff will go to Cullum again. Short gain there is Seth Smith going to wrap him up after a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down, maybe 4-down territory. Just depends on the confidence they have in Sebastian Stanfield. But a penalty marker thrown on the play is going to back it up again, as this one thrown at the 10-yard line. Going to be holding on Upperman again, so they'll back them up 10 more yards. So back-to-back holding calls against the Bees have taken a touchdown off the board and have moved the football all the way back out to the 21-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 17 now for the Upperman offense. Whistle stopping play as Jaleric Cullum, they make him take a towel off there, and they'll run it to the Upperman side. Second and 17. Livingston shows blitz. Low snap. Chaffin trying to run with it and going to be hit hard. Oh, that's a big-time hit right there by Livingston Academy's number 71, John Geist, to make the tackle on Bronston Chaffin. Chaffin going to gain 5 on the play, but Geist, with the big-time hit for the Wildcats, will set up a 2nd and 12 now. Give me a 3rd and 12 for the Upperman offense now, as they come to the line of scrimmage. Chaffin with Cullum to his left. From the shotgun, takes the snap. Before he does, though, penalty markers down again, or a timeout called here by Livingston. Wildcats will take the timeout. They'll call it with 8:22 to play in the first half. It's Upperman 7, Livingston Academy 0. We'll be back to Livingston right after this. Puckett's Furniture Football Friday night here on Overton Events. Happy to have you with us here for this broadcast of Livingston Academy and Upperman. The Bees driving, but a couple of penalties have backed them up to a 3rd and 12 here from the 16-yard line of Livingston Academy. Wildcats trying to get a stop here and force them to a field goal attempt for Upperman by the kicker Sebastian Stanfield. The big-time tackle by John Geist on that last play for Livingston Academy. 3rd and 12 for the Bees. Chaffin from the shotgun. Cullum still the running back for Upperman. Chaffin going to roll to his left. He goes deep in the end zone. Pass going to be caught for the touchdown by Upperman. That's Elijah Fitz with the 12-yard reception. On his 2nd catch of the night, we've got him 57 yards on 2 catches, and the touchdown coming from 12 yards out with 8:16 to play in the 2nd quarter, and Upperman extending the lead now to 13-0 over Livingston Academy, as Fitz just showed like it was going to be a running play, and then released on that into the end zone, got lost back at the goal line, and Chaffin found him for the touchdown, and the extra point by Stanfield is good. So with 8:16 to play in the first half, It is Upperman 14, Livingston Academy 0.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Phil Marshall for your personal price plan today.
Back-to-back touchdown drives by the Upperman offenses. They have taken a 14-0 lead over Livingston Academy. The touchdown throw this time from Bronston Chaffin to Elijah Fitz. Fitz got the big play to set it up with a 45-yard reception for Fitz. Then ends the drive with a 12-yard touchdown catch to put Upperman in front 14-0. Stanfield to kick off here. Watzel and Bilbrey deep to receive. This one angling toward Watzel at the 7. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Watzel trying to find some room, but nowhere to go against that Upperman coverage team there. Is in there to wrap him up is going to be Elijah Fitz along with Colton Johnson in there on the coverage. Also on the play was number 4, Cam Bush. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Livingston from their own 27-yard line. The Wildcats will start this drive as Upperman in a little separation now after a couple of scores by the Bees offense. Take a 14-0 lead, and Livingston Academy back out on the field. Coffee with Bowles back in the backfield with him now. They'll move Hoffman to the left side as the tight end. Coffee rolling that way. Has time, throwing down the sideline. Tried to hit Brown, but he couldn't hold it. That's a pretty throw from Brody Coffee right between a couple of defenders. Brown just couldn't pull it in, and the incomplete pass going to set up a 2nd and 10 now for the Livingston Academy offense. Little wheel route by Will Brown as he started on the inside as the slot receiver came in on that little wheel route down the sideline, and Coffee dropped it in there, just couldn't make the connection with Will Brown as he couldn't hold on, and the incompletion going to set up a 2nd and 10. Trip receivers coming to this near side now with Watzel there for the Wildcats. Handoff inside Bowles, and he is hit from behind on that defense by that defensive end, crashing in there for Upperman, is making the stop Eli Bullock for the Bees. Bowles going to gain a couple on the run for the Wildcats. He's carried 5 times for 19 yards. Sets up a 3rd down and 8 now for Livingston offense from their own 29-yard line. Big play here for this Upperman defense. If they can get a stop and get the football back with 7.5 to play in the first half, still a lot of time in the first half, but they can get good field position out of this one if they get a stop here on this 3rd down. Coffee to start the set. Brody will take the snap. Hands off to Bowles. No, Coffee keeps it. Coffee, a little naked bootleg on that play. Good ball fake as he faked it in the belly of Bowles, pulled it back out and runs for 9 yards and picks up a Puckett's Furniture 1st down up to the 44-yard line. I thought he'd given it to Bowles. Bowles sold it well. And that naked bootleg by Brody Coffee going off the far side picks up the 3rd Puckett's Furniture 1st down of the first half, and they moved the chains, and that's what they needed to do. They need a long drive here in this 2nd quarter. Upperman gets the football to start the 2nd half as Hargis the snap for Livingston Academy. They've got some new linemen in there. We'll check those in just a moment. As Coffee will take the snap. Hands off Bowles, and there's nowhere to go. Bowles going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. As in there making the tackle once again is Eli Bullock. The left tackle for Livingston Academy is number 54, Jordan Ficklin. The left guard is number 65 for the Wildcats. That is Jamie Matzel. The center is number 55, Nathan Hargis. At right guard now is number 75. That is Matthew Slayton. And at right tackle for the Wildcats is number 59 for Livingston Academy. And that is Colin Watzel for the Wildcats. 4 wide receivers here with no tight end in this formation. On 2nd and 12, Coffee. Little slant pattern overthrown and incomplete. Throwing into coverage that time as Upperman dropped 8 back into coverage. And a penalty marker down on the play. Going to be an eligible man downfield on Livingston Academy. Let's see if they accept that penalty. Upperman may decline it here unless it carries with it the loss of down. They're wanting to ask about that. They are going to decline it to set up a 3rd down and 12, so it doesn't carry a loss of down. So 3rd and 12 now for the Wildcats offense. Dawson Ledbetter not out there at his tackle spot for Livingston Academy. He was tackled on a fumble recovery earlier. Not sure if he may have been shaken up on that play. I don't see him on the sideline here for Livingston Academy. 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats offense. Coffee. Takes the snap. Brody looking deep down the far side. That one's going to be caught, and that was going to be a Puckett's Furniture first down to Will Brown over on the far sideline. A gain of 13 on the play from Brody Coffee to Will Brown to move the chains on the 2nd catch of the night for Brown. First down number 4 here in the second half for Livingston. In the first half for Livingston Academy, all the way up to the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line where the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. Brody Coffee with a good throw there, and Brown knew exactly what he needed for the first down, set up right at the down marker and able to lean forward and gain an extra yard for the first down and move the chains once again for the Wildcats. Coffee from the gun will take the snap. Coffee looking that way again. He throws far side. That's caught by Brown again. Let's see where they spot his forward progress. That's going to be 10 yards to Will Brown and a Puckett's Furniture first down on back-to-back catches by Will Brown for the Wildcats. As Coffee now 5 of 8 throwing the football in this first half. As Brown has 3 of those catches for 37 yards. Jackson Bowles 1 catch for 6, minus 2 yards on a catch by Daniel Bilbrey to give him a total of 41 passing yards. But that first down going to move the chains all the way down to the 40-yard line of Upperman with 4:44 to play in the first half. The Wildcats driving here late in the second quarter. Coffee with Bowles to his left. Will take the snap. He'll hand off to Bowles. Bowles finds a little room and powers his way forward. Oh, that's just good leg push right there by Jackson Bowles, as it looked like Upperman had him wrapped up, maybe going to lose yardage, but he's just able to push back the defensive lineman there for Upperman, number 9, Clayton Harris, had him wrapped up, but Bowles, yards after contact, will pick up 3 more and give him a total of 5 yards on that run for Jackson Bowles and set up a 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. That's the way to finish a run right there for Jackson Bowles. Coffee from the shotgun will take the snap. Brody now looks right. Now he's in trouble. Ball knocked away. It's picked up by Bowles, and he's going to lose yardage. There's a penalty marker down back in the Livingston Academy backfield. They knocked it away from Coffee. Bowles recovered it. But let's see about the penalty here. Penalty is going to be a hold on Livingston Academy. They may decline that here and set up a 3rd and 11. If they take the play, they will decline it. So It will mean a loss of 6 for Jackson Bowles, who recovered that fumble but lost yardage when he did. And it will set up a 3rd and 11 now for the Wildcats as Braden Story will check in for Livingston. He'll come in replacing Will Brown. Third down and call it 12 for the Wildcats. 2 downs to pick up this first down, though. The clock runs with 3.5 to play in the first half here at Livingston Academy. Wildcats have 2 timeouts remaining. Upperman has all 3 of their timeouts. Weitzel in a slot to the left. Hughes, the second man of 3 on this near side. Coffee throwing deep down the sideline. He's looking for Bilbrey. It's underthrown. Bilbrey adjusts to it, and Bilbrey makes the catch. Oh, that's a pretty adjustment by Daniel Bilbrey on this near side to take it all the way down to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 34 yards on the play to Daniel Bilbrey, and a Puckett's Furniture first down inside the 10-yard line as they enter the Smith Septic red zone for the first time tonight. Go by or give Smith Septic a call for all your septic needs. Give them a call before bad things happen. Call Smith Septic. Have them check out your system, 265-3575 for Smith Septic. Coffee. First and goal, they say officially the 9-yard line, but that's a great adjustment by Daniel Bilbrey. The ball a little underthrown, and Daniel had to come back to get it between a couple of defenders. Coffee throws. Caught at the 2 by Hughes, and Hughes going to be wrapped up right there. Little button hook at the 2-yard line by Jake Hughes for his first catch of the night, as he will pick up 8 on the play, as he'll get to the 2, call it a 8-yard gain for Hughes, and set up a second and goal from the 1, they say, for Jake Hughes. So second and goal for the Wildcats, knocking on the door here, as Livingston taking all the time that they can here. Play clock down to 17, as you see there in the back of the end zone here at Livingston Academy, so plenty of time. Dawson Ledbetter back in there for the Wildcats at right tackle now for Livingston. They brought an extra lineman in there at the guard spot, and he moved. So it's going to be an illegal motion against Livingston, a false start. Going to back them up 5 yards to the 6-yard line, where it will still be second and goal. Second goal from the 6, as they're going to bring the wide receivers back into the formation, as that movement forces them back into more of a passing situation. Second goal from the 6. We're down to 1.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Somebody is not out there, as they need another player, I think, according to Coffee. Maybe going to let it run down and take a timeout here as Livingston Academy to make sure that Upperman has very little time left in the first half if they should score, or if Upperman should get a stop here. 14-0. Upperman leading, as Livingston will take the timeout with 58 seconds to play in the first half. The Wildcats will use their second timeout, so they do still have 2 remaining, as they have it second and goal from the 6-yard line, does Livingston Academy. Again, we want to say a thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible, as Livingston Academy knocking on the door here in the Smith Septic red zone, as they have it second and goal at the 6-yard line, as Upperman gained the benefit of a false start penalty, as Livingston had it point blank at the 1 yard. Tomorrow. It's a long way away, as we'll have that broadcast for you at 4:30 Livingston time tomorrow. I also have the coverage of the Outlaws homecoming here on Overton Events tomorrow. I'm not sure which one's going to be on what, so I can't really say that right now. But we'll have them both on. You can either tune to our YouTube page or to our Facebook page. I would think that the Wildcats will be on Facebook there at 4:30, with the Outlaws being on the YouTube portion of our Overton Events family, as it's second and goal from the 6-yard line for Livingston Academy. 58.4 seconds to play in the first half. Still 1 timeout for the Wildcats if they need it. as Coffee from the pistol. He'll bring Trey Coleman to his left, who's checked in. Hughes in motion. Coffee going to run. Coleman leading him. Coffee to the edge. Coffee to the goal line. Coffee for the touchdown for Livingston Academy. That's an 1806 barbecue touchdown. Go by 1806 on the square in Livingston for some of the best barbecue around. They're now serving dinner at 1806. Go by and see them for all your barbecue favorites like pulled pork, shoulder, and all the fixings going with that barbecue at 1806 barbecue on the square in Livingston. A 6-yard touchdown run by Brody Coffee to get Livingston on the board with 51 seconds to play here in the second quarter, and that's a big score. Is Watson going to attempt the extra point? It's on the way, and it is good for the touchdown for Livingston Academy. 51 seconds to play in the first half. It is Upperman 14, Livingston Academy 7. Happened as Watson to play in the first half. Upperman, a couple of men dropping deep to receive. Watson booms this one to the 6-yard line where Upperman will field it up across the 15 to the 20. They try to bounce it outside, but that's a good tackle there by Caden Watzel. Just right on the numbers of number 10 there for Upperman. That is Branson Turnbow on the return, and Caden Watzel there to wrap him up. But a pretty good return by Turnbow up to the 26-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Upperman here in the first half. See how the Bees play this with all 3 timeouts. Of course, they have had the explosive 70-yard run, so they're always a threat, is Upperman, from anywhere on the field. So you got to play a little bit of a prevent here to Livingston Academy. The Wildcats have dropped Daniel Bilbrey about 25 yards off the ball, and with his speed, he can get about anywhere. But now they roll 3 wide receivers to the left side, does Upperman. Chaffin throws, and falling down is going to be the receiver there with Jaleric Cullum falling down, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play for Cullum on his first catch of the night. And clock runs with 20 seconds, so I think Upperman's just going to be content to go in the locker room maybe with one more play if they hurry. Clock runs with 15 seconds to play in the first half as Chaffin to the line of scrimmage. Bronson will take the snap. Little pressure, Chaffin rolling out. He's got a lot of time, throws downfield, man's wide open, but it's overthrown and incomplete with 4.5 seconds to play in the first half, so they will get one more play. Well, Upperman, they haven't thrown the ball very much in this first half as they have completed 3 out of 5 in the first half, has Upperman. Actually, they've completed 4 out of 6, so they've thrown a little more than I thought, have the Bees, but now they have it 3rd and 10, but only 4.5 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 26-yard line. Hash mark on the right side for Upperman. Big score right there by Livingston late in the half as Goolsby shows blitz, and they'll just take the knee, and they'll lose 3 yards on that. But they'll go to the locker room with a 7-point lead at halftime. It is Upperman 14, Livingston Academy 7 here at Livingston Academy.
Hello, friends. Josh Ford with Puckett's Furniture since 1954. As you know, Puckett's has been in continuous operation for over 68 years, selling high-end quality brands to thousands of families throughout Middle Tennessee. Did you know we have a low price guarantee? If within 30 days of your purchase, you find the same item advertised for less under like terms and conditions, Puckett's will refund you the difference plus 10% of the difference. That is our commitment to you. Puckett's Furniture since 1954. Come on down.
Hello, friends. I'm LG Puckett with Puckett's Pond. I'm a professional numismatist and a 60-year member of A&A. I'm a strong buyer and collector of coins, gold, silver, and precious metals. If you want to buy, sell, trade, or pawn, then come on in and visit my money museum. It's in the back of Puckett's Furniture. I've got a free gift for the kids, and I'm ready to serve your precious metal needs. At Puckett's Pond, 1125 West Main Street in Livingston.
Come on down.
Hello, friends. Are you in the market for a new mattress or bedroom suit? Puckett's Furniture is your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy Posturepedic mattress dealer. Take advantage of Puckett's low price guarantee, plus up to 80% off of our Jameson solid latex mattress sets, putting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Queen mattresses starting at $599. Come check out our large inventory of solid wood bedroom suits before these ridiculously low prices are gone forever. Financing also available. Puckett's Furniture since 1954. Come on down.
Hessel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, Livingston Academy's Spirit of the Wildcats Marching Band, as they present for your listening pleasure, Aurora, featuring the original Aurora by Luke McMillan, and selections from In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, featuring clarinet soloist Patience Coggins, and Rewrite the Stars from the musical The Greatest Showman. Drum Major Kenley Thompson, is your band ready? You may take the field.
here at Livingston Academy as we get ready to get this second half underway. Kicking off Dylan Watson for the Wildcats as he'll kick off. Deep to receive for Upperman. They've got a couple of players deep back there. Number 10 back there, Branson Turnbow, as it will angle toward Turnbow. He'll weave back into the end zone to make the catch, and Watson crushed that one into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and that's the way to take away any return for Upperman. Then they'll have the football 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, will the Bees. Livingston Academy scoring a late touchdown there in that first half to cut the lead in half for the Wildcats. Upperman with 110 rushing yards in the first half. They picked up 58 through the air to give them a total of 168 yards of offense in the first half for the Bees as they line it up with Bronston Chaffin still in there at the quarterback spot. Chaffin will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff inside to Polk, goes complete for a first down for Upperman. Is making the catch is Branson Turnbow. He'll pick up 15 up to the 35-yard line on the first completion of the second half. The first down of the second half. Upperman held only 3 first downs in the first half, but that big play touchdown is the difference as they had the one sustained drive at Upperman, ending with an Elijah Fitz touchdown. They had that 70-yard touchdown run to take the lead 7-0, then went up 14-0, then the Wildcats come back and answer. Livingston showing a 5-man defensive front here with 3 linebackers. Blitz coming up the middle. They pick it up. They'll hand off inside to Polk, and he'll have a good run, but a touchdown-saving tackle there by John Geist for Livingston Academy. Polk going to pick up about 8 on the carry to take him over 100 yards. We've got him with 101 in this game as he has went over 100 yards on only 6 carries. 6 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown for Polk. 2nd and 2 now for the Upperman offense from the 43-yard line as the Bees line it up. Chaffin saying something to this wide receiver coming to the near side. That's number 6, split out to this near side. It's number 9, Clayton Harris, as Polk straight up the middle. Will take it into Livingston Academy territory, still churning his way all the way down to the 35-yard line. 22-yard run for Ethan Polk. Quickly up the middle again for Upperman as he picks up another first down for the Bees and moves it into the Livingston Academy side of the field all the way down to the 34-yard line, they'll say. He went down. Adam Richards coming back in for Livingston on the defensive side. Chaffin looking over to his wide receiver on this near side. They've got man-to-man coverage over here on that wide receiver. Chaffin will hand off inside Polk, and he'll take it down to the 30-yard line where he's going to be wrapped up there by Livingston Academy. Richards, the player that just came in, making the stop. Polk will gain 4 on that one as he continues to run the football very well. And it's the 2nd and 6 now for the Upperman offense from the 30-yard line. He played 2.5 minutes here in the second half as Livingston gained another new player in as John Geist coming off favoring his shoulder, it looks like, as number 63, John Hill checking in, but Geist certainly hope nothing serious to him as Chaffin will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. Chaffin will keep it up the middle. Seth Smith just holding on. Chaffin able to struggle forward for a gain of about 3 on the play, but Smith just gained hold of him and wouldn't let go. And it's going to be a 3rd down now after the gain of 3 for Chaffin. We'll set up a 3rd down and 4 now for the Upperman offense. Probably in 2-down territory here with just under 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter as their kicker is very good, but in a 7-point game. They played a close one last week against Macon County. Macon County played them tough. It was 14-7. The Wildcats battling them here tonight. Livingston shows blitz. Chaffin going to throw complete on the far side. Oh, that's a big-time run right there by the Upperman receiver as making the catch is number 9, Clayton Harris, taking it from the 27-yard line down to the 9-yard line. 18-yard gain for Harris on his first catch of the night. Another first down for Upperman as they'll have it 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And what a finish to that run as he just lowered the shoulder. And that's the way to close out the run by a big wide receiver for the Upperman offense. Chaffin with his team driving once again. Penalty markers down, though. Whistle stop play. As they're pointing to the Livingston backfield to Daniel Bilbrey. They're going to send him out of the lineup. Not sure if he's got some blood on him. Jake Hughes going to come in to replace Bilbrey. So they'll send Daniel over to the sideline. Not sure what the officials made him come out. Not sure what that's about, but Chaffin. The full house backfield to the right. They'll hand off to Polk. Polk takes it down near the 5-yard line. Seth Smith going to trip him up. But Polk, good job keeping his forward momentum going. They'll give him the 4-yard line. So a gain of 5 on the run for Polk to set up a 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Bees offense. Fitz coming in. He's dangerous over on that right side as a wide receiver. He's got man-to-man coverage over there by Carson Parrott. He's caught 1 touchdown already, has Fitz. Hand off Polk. Off the left side, he'll go in untouched for the 4-yard touchdown run for Ethan Polk to put Upperman back in front by 13 with the extra point coming for the Bees. He scores the touchdown with 7:55 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Upperman back in front now at 20-7 here in this matchup with Livingston Academy. And Sebastian Stanfield coming in to attempt the extra point for the Bees. As again, whistle stopping play. Still not sure why Bilbrey was sent to the sideline. As the kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 7:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Upperman Bees back out by 14. It's Upperman 21, Livingston Academy 7. Back in just a moment.
Hello, friends. Are you in the market for a new mattress or bedroom suit? Puckett's Furniture is your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy Posturepedic mattress dealer. Take advantage of Puckett's low price guarantee, plus up to 80% off of our Jameson solid latex mattress sets, putting thousands of dollars in your pocket. Queen mattresses starting at $599. Come check out our large inventory of solid wood bedroom suits before these ridiculously low prices are gone forever. Financing also available. Puckett's Furniture since 1954. Come on down.
After they move back out in front by 14, 21-7. Stanfield booms one. New return man back there for Livingston is Weitzel. Will take that one up to the 20-yard line where he'll be spotted down. I think Daniel Bilbrey may have just got his bell rung by that run by the Upperman wide receiver there that he made the tackle on the play before they took him out. They brought him over to check him out. He should be coming back in for the Wildcats, we would hope. And it's 1st and 10 Livingston for their first possession of the second half. At the 19-yard line, the Wildcats will have the football. Great drive on their last possession to close out the second quarter to get on the board, and they'd love to put together another one of those long drives here in this second half for the Wildcats. Very error-free game between these two teams. I should have said that on the Upperman side, I guess. As Coffey will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. Brody going to run with it. Gets a block on the edge to the 20. Up across the 20 to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. Good seal block over here by Caden Weitzel to get him the edge, and Coffey going to pick up 4 on the play. As it will set up a 2nd and 6 as Brody pushed out of bounds there for the Wildcats. Those wide receivers blocking pretty well for Livingston Academy here tonight. As Coffey Back out there as you're watching Puckett's Furniture, Livingston Academy football here on Overland Events. Happy to have you with us. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. It'll help us grow our channel. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a follow and help grow that channel as well. We appreciate everyone watching us. Coffee, little quarterback draw. He bounces outside. Coffee going to be close to a first down. He's got a first down up to the 31-yard line. Puckett's Furniture first down on the 8-yard gain by Brody Coffee. Just a called run for Coffee to pick up the first down of the second half as they'll move it up to the 31-yard line. Bowles leading the way, and Coffee able to cut off that block off the inside and take it forward for the first down for the Wildcats as they get a big first down to move the chains and keep this drive going here midway through the third quarter. Coffee. Pistol with Bowles behind him. He'll move to the left of Coffee. Brody will take the snap. Throws near side. Pass batted down. That's Clayton Harris there to knock it down for Upperman, as he is good-sized as Harris. As we talk about that reception he made, he's 6'3", 230, and he's every bit of that, as he's able to leap up and bat that one down on defense. Made the big play on offense to set him up first and goal, and now makes a big defensive play to put Livingston at 2nd and 10. With the clock stopped at 6:14 to play in the third quarter, halfway through this third quarter here in Livingston on a beautiful night in early September for football. Well, these Chamber of Commerce days, we talked about it last night at the soccer game. These coaches, if they'd put in an order, you couldn't have got a better one than this. They'll bring Bilbrey in motion back in there for Livingston. No, that's Hughes on the move there in the jet sweep for Livingston, but he's going to be tackled for a loss on the play as Upperman, good upfield push that time, will tackle Hughes for a loss of 3 on the play and set up a 3rd and 13 now for the Wildcats offense as they run that little jet sweep. Does Livingston Academy. They back them up, they say, to the 22-yard line. This Upperman defense, they just keep coming at you. That 3-man front, those linebackers very active as they'll spread the field a little bit with Livingston Academy with 4 wide receivers. Bowles moves to the left of Coffee. Coffee will take the snap. 3-man rush. They drop 8 into coverage. Coffee going to try to run for it. Gets to the edge, but he's going to be wrapped up quickly, and a penalty marker down as Coffee going to gain 4. They'll tack on yardage with the penalty against Theo Brown, who made the tackle. Let's see if it's a face mask here. I believe it is. It's a personal foul, blow to the head on Upperman. So Coffee give him 4 on the run, tack 15 more onto that, and it'll be a Puckett's Furniture first down. Puckett's Furniture on West Main Street in Livingston. Targeting call on Upperman, as that'll move it 15 yards downfield, and that'll take it up near the 45-yard line, just beyond the 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats. Their second first down of this drive by way of the penalty on this one. Remember, Upperman had a penalty that kept a drive going for them earlier against Livingston. Now Livingston with a chance to do something after an Upperman penalty on a big play that would have had the Wildcats at 3rd down and long, but the penalty gives them the first down. Coffee hands off to Coleman. Coleman hitting the backfield and wrapped up. That's number 53 in there again on the tackle. Eli Bullock, he's played well tonight, 6 feet 240. And Bullock very active around the ball as Coleman going to lose a yard on the play. And will set up a 2nd and 11. Now for the Wildcats offense. Quick moving third quarter. We're already down to 4.5 to play in the third. Upperman's tacked on a touchdown here in the second half. They've extended the lead back to 14 at 21-7. Coffee from the hash mark on the right side. The way this series is going, the way the clock is winding down, they can pick up pretty good yardage. They might be in 4-down territory if they can't convert on 3rd down. Of course, it's only 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats here. And penalty markers down. It's going to be 2nd and 16 on the delay of the game. Play clock ran out, and it'll back them up 5 more back to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 16 for the Wildcats, playing very well here tonight against Upperman. Upperman, one of the top-ranked teams around the state of Tennessee, especially in the mid-state area. And now 2nd and 16 for the Wildcats offense. Coffee leading them out. Needs a big play here on the 2nd down. You need to get about half of it at least to make it a manageable 3rd down. Trip receivers go to the left side. Again, spreading the field. 5 men in the box for Upperman. That's a chance to run if he wants to. Coffee down the seam, and Hughes can't catch up with it as it's led just a little bit too much on that little seam pattern by Jake Hughes, and it falls incomplete and sets up a 3rd down and 17 now for the Wildcats. Call it 17, 16 and a half or so. But Hughes, as Upperman dropped 8 into coverage again, they're very confident as this Bees defense with that 3-man rush, and they're able to get pressure with those big guys up front. Bullock and Harris on the outside. The nose tackle for Upperman is number 62, Evan Briggs. He's 6'2", 270. And he takes up a couple of blockers every time that he tries to pressure the quarterback. So 3rd and 17, call it, for the Wildcats offense. Clock stop with 3:56 to play in the 3rd quarter. Coleman going to the left of Coffee. They'll split him out in motion. Coffee going to run. Coffee breaks a tackle across the 40, gets outside. Coleman gets a big block. Coffee up past the original line of scrimmage, and he'll get a yard beyond that, maybe 2, a gain of 9 for Brody Coffee on the quarterback keeper, but he's going to be about 9 yards short of the 1st down, maybe 8 yards shy, where it'll be 4th and 8 for Livingston. Like I talked about, they may be going to go for it here on 4th down with the clock running with 3.5 to play in the 3rd, and time of possession definitely a factor. You're not going to get a whole lot of possessions in this contest the way both these teams are moving the football, as Gage Hoffman coming in late for Livingston Academy. He'll replace Coleman at the tight end. Coffee's got the play from head coach Matt Hauser in his 1st year here at Livingston Academy. Coffee going to send Bilbrey back in there wide to the left. Hughes, Weitzel, and Brown split out wide to the right. Whistle stopping play, and Upperman may have used a timeout. Or did Livingston call it? Livingston's going to take it. While they take a timeout, we'll take a moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Lucky Red Stables, Wascon Incorporated, Maynard's Auto Sales, R&M Family Pharmacy, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Overton County News, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Livingston Hospital, First Church of Livingston, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Jerry's IGA, Highway Tire, Puckett's Furniture, compliments of a Wildcat fan, 1806 Barbecue, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Livingston Rental Center, Smith Septic Service, Livingston Dance Studio, Highway 111 Deli, Farm Bureau Insurance, Farley & Sons Construction and Excavation, People's Bank and Trust Company, Milton Rains and Family, The Muscle Factory, Exit Rocky Top Realty, Walnut Grove Church of Christ, E.B. Gray Jewelry and Gifts, and Willow Grove Marina. Our sponsors here on Overton Events, we are so grateful to them for helping us out. Go out and support our sponsors, as they are what make it possible for us to be able to bring these events to you. And Livingston, after the timeout, going to send the punt team on from the 47-yard line. Not going to go for it on 4th and 8 with 2:52 to play in the 3rd. As Watson will get away a good one. Fair catch signaled for and made by Upperman. As making the fair catch is number 6 out there. That is Carmine Phillips, the sophomore wide receiver, making the catch downfield. 5'9", 160 pounds, as he makes the fair catch at the 17-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Upperman from that point. Again, join us tomorrow afternoon for Livingston Academy football. Back-to-back days for Wildcat football here on Overton Events, as the Wildcats travel to Jenkins, Kentucky. Game set to kick off at 4:30. We'll also have the Overton County Outlaws homecoming tomorrow. The homecoming festivities begin at 2. The games begin at 4 here on Overton Events tomorrow. Join us on both our channels as Polk tries the left side. Coleman there along with Hoffman to wrap him up, as Gage got the first contact. Coleman able to wrap up Polk after a short gain this time. He'll pick up 2 on the carry. and set up a 2nd and 8 now for the Upperman offense. Not sure who flies that drone, but they're pretty good with that thing. It's always about the same level, and I guess we could try to find the video of it somewhere as Upperman breaks the huddle now on 2nd and call it 7, really, for the Bees offense. Wide receivers go each way for Chaffin. Chaffin going to hand off to Polk. Polk straight up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down as he'll be tripped up by Seth Smith, but not before a gain of 9 for Ethan Polk as he'll move the chains for Upperman, taking the football out to the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Bees as they very patient in the huddle. Play clock running down to 25 seconds. They don't have to be in any hurry with this 14-point lead in the football with 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Pass complete on this near side. Good tackle there, as that's picture perfect by Braden Story, as making the catch for Upperman is Branson Turnbow. Story hit him around the thighs, then just slid down the legs and wrapped up the ankles and brought him down. Going to be a gain of 4 on the play, but Braden Story, that's a coaching clinic type tackle right there, as Turnbow makes the catch for his 2nd reception of the night. He's got 2 catches, 19 yards does Turnbow. 2nd down and 6 for the Bees offense as they move the football up to the 32-yard line. Snap goes through the legs of the quarterback. He fumbles and it's loose, and Livingston Academy has recovered. They'll fall on it as getting the recovery is going to be number 66 for the Wildcats. That is Hunter Violet, or rather, excuse me, for Livingston Academy is number 66. That is Kanan Williamson with the recovery, and that turnover by the Wildcats defense. That is a Livingston Rental Center turnover, as the Livingston Rental Center on West Main Street in Livingston. Go by them for all of your equipment rental needs. They've also got the Robbins and Garrett store right next door for all your plumbing needs. Livingston Rental Center, our sponsor of our turnover there by the Livingston Academy defense here on Overton Events. Go out and see them at Livingston Rental Center for all your rental needs. First turnover of the game going to go to Livingston Academy as they'll have it. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Coffee drops that snap, picks it back up. He'll roll to his right. Coffee to the 10, pushed out of bounds at the 9-yard line, where he will have a gain of 6 for Brody Coffee, as that recovery by the Wildcats, Kanan Williamson, inside the Smith Septic red zone. Go by Smith Septic to head off any kind of trouble. Smith Septic red zone. Stop trouble before it starts. Call Smith Septic to check your system at 823-2202. The Smith Septic red zone. The Wildcats inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Coffee on that run up to 44 yards on the ground, as Livingston knocking on the door here to try to cut this back to a one-possession game. 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. Coffee going to hand off to Bowles. Big hole in the middle, and Bowles will score from 7 yards out. Jackson Bowles taking it to the house as he puts the Wildcats within a touchdown, as the extra point trying to make it a 7-point game with 36 seconds to play here in the third quarter, as an impressive drive there by the Wildcats after the turnover. Took them a couple of plays. That touchdown brought to you by 1806 Barbecue on the square in Livingston. 1806 for pulled pork, pork shoulder, and all the fixings at 1806 Barbecue. Stop by and see them, and they'll take care of you there on the square in Livingston. Dylan Watson to attempt the extra point. Coffee gets a good hold. The place is down. The kick is up, and the Cats are back to within 7. 36 seconds to play in the third. It's Upperman 21, Livingston Academy 14. We got a game at Livingston Academy. The Wildcats hosting the Upperman Bees in a big region matchup here tonight. Wildcats back to within 7 at 21-14 with 36 seconds to play in the third quarter. Watson to kick off. Livingston forcing the turnover. Kanan Williamson got the recovery. Jackson Bowles cashes in after that turnover to score the touchdown to cut it back to 7 after the extra point by Watson. And now Watson to kick off for Livingston Academy. And this sideline and this crowd fired up here tonight as the Wildcats back to within a score of Upperman here in the third. Watson booms this one away. Line drive kick this time, though. It'll take a hop. Turnbow will get to it. Finally gets control, tries to bounce it outside, and he's going to be wrapped up by Gage Hoffman. Hoffman with a big-time tackle there for the Wildcats as he is playing very well defensively this year for Livingston. Of course, that's a special teams tackle, but it is a good one by Gage Hoffman, and Upperman will have it at the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bees. And let's see how they respond after the turnover. As the snap went right between the legs of Chaffin, he recovered it, picked it up, and then stripped away again, and Williamson with the recovery for the Wildcat. 21-14, Upperman leading as they break the huddle. They'll send Turnbow over to this near side. 2 wide receivers to the far side, handed inside Paul. And those big holes are closing right now by this Livingston Academy defense. Paulk will gain a yard. Nothing more. Drew Goolsby in there fired up for the Wildcats defense making the stop. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter, I believe, as it'll be a gain of 2. And I don't think they're going to run another play as they send players in, but the time will run out and we're through 3 complete. After 3, it is Upperman 21, Livingston Academy 14.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The Best Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Back to start the fourth quarter here at Livingston Academy. Upperman facing a 2nd and 8 from the Wildcats' 22-yard line. Livingston getting a turnover and punching it in to cut the lead back to 7. Chaffin rolling to his right, has pressure, steps away from it. Now he'll dump it off complete. Going to be a short gain as almost knocking that one free again for Livingston Academy was Jackson Bowles. Catch made by Upperman's Jaleric Cullum. Short gain of a yard on the play for Cullum on his 2nd catch of the night. And it's going to be a 3rd down now for Upperman. 3rd and long with 3rd and 7 for the Upperman Bees. Big play right here. If Livingston can get the stop, they can come out of this with great field position for this Wildcats team. With a chance to tie it up or maybe take the lead with a 2-point conversion. But the key to that is a stop right here. Handoff inside to Cullum. Cullum off the left side is going to be short of the 1st down. That's Story along with Coleman over there making the stop. Cullum going to be a couple of yards shy as he'll pick up 5 on the carry. But it's going to be a 4th down now. Let's see what Coach Kane wants to do. I think you just about have to punt it away here as they're going to keep the offense out there. It's 4th and about 1.5 yards. They're probably just trying to draw them off sides here, though. Let's see if they run this play. Chaffin looks over to the sideline. Play clock at 14. Livingston jumping around, trying to get Upperman to move. They'll snap it. Chaffin will pick up the first down. That's a big call right there by Coach Kane. 7-yard gain for Bronston Chaffin as he runs that fourth down from the 29-yard line, his own 29-yard line. In a 7-point game, that's confidence in his offensive line, and that first down is going to be the fifth one of the second half for Upperman. 8 first downs in the game, and they move the chains and keep possession up at the 36-yard line. That's confidence in his offense and his defense going for it on 4th and a yard and a half. Snap high. Chaffin able to get it down and hand it off to Polk back in there, and Drew Goolsby going to wrap him up after a yard gain. Goolsby has played very well tonight for Livingston Academy. We've got Polk unofficially with 150 yards on the night and a touchdown. Actually 2 touchdowns for the Upperman Bees. 2 of their scores to Ethan Polk. 2nd and 8, as they say, he gained a couple on the play to put him at 151 for Upperman. Chaffin with Polk to his left. They've got a H-back on that left side as well. Handoff will go to Polk. He'll try to run the other way. Polk runs through a tackle, but Seth Smith going to chase him down and get just enough of him to bring him down, but not before he picks up a first down. Going to be a 16-yard gain for Ethan Polk as he broke a tackle at about the line of scrimmage, and then Smith not able to tackle him cleanly, but just enough to get him off balance to knock him down and stop him at the 45-yard line. They will move the chains, though, and a new set of downs now for the Upperman offense. 1st and 10 Upperman, hash mark on the right side. Livingston, 5-man front. They walk up a 6-man. Smith being held there in the middle. Chaffin trying to run to his left. Can't go very far. Maybe a yard gain on the play as Hoffman and Bowles over there to make the stop for Livingston Academy. Give him a gain of a yard on the quarterback keeper by Bronston Chaffin. And we'll set up a 2nd and 9 now for the Upperman offense. Livingston needs a play to get them behind the chains right here. Wildcats came up with a big play to get a turnover a little bit ago on defense. They got a score out of that. They'd love to be able to do that again. Chaffin takes the snap. He'll hand off to Polk. Polk has a big hole. Polk going to be tripped up. That is Bilbrey. That's Braden Story there to make the stop. But it'll be a 13-yard gain for Ethan Polk. We've got him with 180 yards now on the night. Another first down for Upperman. They're 7th in this second half. They picked up 10 in the game, but in the second half, they have just been able to convert those first downs and just eat up this clock as we're at 7:40 to play in the fourth quarter with Upperman leading 21-14. Chaffin from the shotgun. Polk to his left. They'll hand it to him again. No, that's not Polk. That's Cullum in there, and he is wrapped up on a great tackle by Seth Smith. Jaleric Cullum tackled right at the line of scrimmage for no gain as Smith just hit him right at the ankles and wrapped him up there at the 31-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 10 for Upperman. They're not in field goal range yet as Sebastian Stanfield is pretty good, but from here it will be 48 yards. They've got to get at least 20 yards to get him in range, I would think, at least 15. But they're thinking more is Upperman. Livingston trying to get a stop on 2nd and 10. Chaffin takes the snap. Quarterback keeper. Chaffin going to be caught from behind by John Geist there to wrap him up for a gain of a yard on the play. Chaffin, the call quarterback keeper all the way, but Geist trailing the play, able to wrap him up at the 30-yard line where it'll be 3rd down, call it 8. He may have got it down to the 29-yard line, so 3rd and 8 for the Upperman offense. 2 downs here to pick up this 8 yards, but a couple of big plays here in this young season for this Livingston Academy defense. Chaffin from the shotgun. H-back to the right side. Chaffin looks over to Coach Kane for the play call on the far side. Play clock at 10. Livingston shows blitz. Chaffin will snap it. They'll hand it to Polk. Polk will be close to a first down. He'll have a first down. Livingston just holding on downfield will wrap him up, but not before a first down by Upperman as they take it down the 16-yard line. Another 12-yard run for Polk, and they'll move the chains again to set up a 1st and 10 at the Upperman 16-yard line. And now they probably are in the range of Stanfield, as from here it'll be a 33-yarder. They don't gain anything else, and any points on this drive would be huge for this Upperman offense. So this Livingston defense trying to bow their backs inside the 20. Polk straight up the middle. He'll have a good gain. Coleman there to make the stop, but a 7-yard gain for Polk, and we've got him at 199 on the night running the football, close to the 200-yard mark, as it's 2nd and call it 4 on a 6-yard gain for Polk. Clock runs with 5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. This has been a good drive by the Upperman offense as they saw Livingston score, and now coming back with a drive to just chew up the clock right now, and Livingston may want a timeout, and they will. They'll take a timeout with 4:51 to play in the 4th. No, it's Upperman calling the timeout. 4:51 to play in the 4th. Upperman 21, Livingston Academy 14. We'll be back in just a moment.
Close to home.
Second and 4 for the Upperman offense as they're inside the 10-yard line at the 9 of Livingston Academy. Upperman trying to get some separation again. Snap high. They'll hand off to Cullum back in there. Cullum going to take it inside the 5 where Jackson Bowles will drag him down, but not before Cullum will pick up 6 on the carry and another first down for the Bees. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Upperman from the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Bees inside the 5. So, again, another big set of downs right here for this defense. They can make a goal line stand right here and keep them out and keep it a 1-score game with 4.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Cullum staying in there as the running back on the right side. Chaffin going to keep it straight up the middle. Chaffin going to walk in for the touchdown. Bronston Chaffin with a big score from 4 yards out to punch it in for Upperman with 4:25 to play in the 4th quarter. They extend it back to a 2-score lead as Upperman goes in front 27-7 with the extra point coming from the Upperman Bees. Sebastian Stanfield to kick the extra point. Stanfield places down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4:25 to play in the 4th quarter, it is Upperman 28, Livingston Academy 14. Let's take a moment here to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Livingston Family Healthcare, Livingston Dairy Queen, Bullseye Security, Livingston Regional Hospital, First Church of Livingston, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Jerry's IGA, Highway Tire, Puckett's Furniture and Appliances, Milton Rains and Family, People's Bank and Trust Company, Farley & Sons Construction and Excavation, Farm Bureau Insurance, Highway 111 Deli, Livingston Dance Studio, Smith's Septic Service, Livingston Rental Center, Puckett's Family Dentistry, 1806 Barbecue, compliments of a Wildcat fan, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Overton County News, Farmers Insurance Rick Savage, R&M Family Pharmacy, Maynard's Auto Sales, Wascon Incorporated, Lucky Red Stables, Willow Grove Marina, E.B. Gray Jewelry and Gifts, Walnut Grove Church of Christ, Exit Rocky Top Realty, and the Muscle Factory, our sponsors here on Overton Events. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a follow there on our Facebook page. Help us grow these pages as we continue to grow our Overton Events channel. Stanfield kicks this one away. Short kick this time. Weitzel will take it at the 11, to the 15, to the 20, and he's going to be wrapped up at around the 23-yard line where he'll be brought down. But now, pretty steep hill to climb for this Livingston Academy offense with 4:17 to play in the fourth quarter. A 2-score Upperman lead over Livingston Academy. But it's been a good bounce-back game for Livingston. They have played very well tonight. DeKalb County got the win at home last week, 31-9. And the Wildcats, after a good week of practice, have came out and they went toe-to-toe with Upperman here tonight in this region matchup. Coffee from the pistol. Coleman will move now to his left. Now Coffee moves him to the right. Weitzel in motion. Coffee wanting to throw. He's got some time. He's looking for Bilbrey down the seam. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Upperman, as making the interception is going to be number 6, Carmine Phillips for Upperman. First turnover of the night for Livingston, as Phillips will get this one with 4:09 to play in the fourth quarter, and the Bees will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Livingston trying the deep ball, and good coverage there by Phillips to get the turnover and get the big stop that Upperman needs. And now with the Wildcats with only one timeout remaining, with the way this offense has been able to run the football, they can just about run this clock out with a couple of first downs, or maybe with one first down, it'd be close. As Chaffin from the shotgun. Cullum back in there at the running back. He'll take it off the right side. Cullum breaks a tackle, has a first down, and takes it into Livingston Academy territory as Carson Parrott there to wrap him up. 17-yard gain for Jaleric Cullum as he doubles his rushing total. Had 17 before that carry. Picks up 17 there to give him 34 on the ground. Ethan Polk has had the big night for Upperman. We've got him with 199, and they're not bringing him back in. Of course, those unofficial stats, I'm sure maybe the Upperman people have him over 200. As Chaffin with 3.5 to play in the fourth quarter now. Weitzel and Story switch sides on this defense for Livingston Academy. Wildcats show blitz up the middle. They'll hand it off to Cullum. Breaks a tackle, but can't get away from John Geist, who will wrap him up after a 6-yard gain. Good tackle there by Geist to make the stop. For the Bees, or on the Bees at the 40-yard line. Again, here's where this 40-second clock is the enemy of the team that is behind, because now they can take it down to 240 before they have to snap this one on second down. In Livingston, one timeout. Chaffin gets them to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds to play on the play clock. Chaffin takes the snap. He'll hand off Cullum. Cullum has a first down, spinning his way to the 35-yard line. Richards there to wrap him up, along with Seth Smith. But Cullum going to gain 5 on the play and pick up a first down. They picked up 11 first downs in this second half, 14 in the game for the Upperman Bees. And they've got it 1st and 10, just a step inside the Livingston Academy 35-yard line. 2:15 to play in the fourth quarter. Chaffin takes the snap. Handoff to Cullum. Cullum spins free for a moment, but Seth Smith will wrap him up. But a 5-yard gain again for Cullum as he's up to 50 yards rushing. 2nd and 5 now for the Upperman offense as they move down near the 30-yard line. Call it officially a 4-yard gain for Cullum, but that takes us under 2 minutes at 1:40 to play, and they can take it all the way down to about 1:15 before they have to snap it here on this second down. So they could just about run the clock out here. It would be close. Now they couldn't if they don't get a first down. They need one more. Chaffin takes the snap. He'll hand off to Cullum. Cullum has it knocked free by Smith, but then recovered by Upperman, is falling on it. Going to be one of those offensive linemen, number 77, Braxton Speck, falling on it. 6'4", 275. Speck falls on it and keeps possession, and I think he'll pick up a first down on that fumble recovery, and he will, down at the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Upperman as the clock runs with a minute to play in the fourth quarters. They can just run out the clock now with one snap. Chaffin takes a look at the clock, does a little quick math in his head as he has to let it run under 40. Of course, he's facing away from the game clock. He'll take the snap. They'll hand off to Polk back in there. Polk going to gain a couple on the play, maybe 3. We've got him now with 202 yards rushing for Upperman, and Upperman going to take a timeout. Upperman will call it with 32 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, as that timeout called by the Bees. Homecoming next week for the Livingston Academy football team. Of course, they got the game at Jenkins, Kentucky tomorrow. They'll return back to Tom Davis Memorial Stadium a week from tonight on September the 15th to take on Pickett County. Been a long time since Livingston Academy and Pickett County's played on the football field, but they'll play next week here at Tom Davis Memorial Stadium. That'll be homecoming for the 2023 football season. Again, the homecoming parade going to be on Friday afternoon is what we're being told, at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, leaving here from Livingston Academy. Then the homecoming festivities to begin about 6:30 on Friday, as Upperman taking the timeout here. Again, Livingston on the road at Jenkins, Kentucky tomorrow for a 4:30 start. First and 10 from the 21 for Upperman, as Livingston took the timeout. He pointed toward Upperman. I thought there was no reason they would take the timeout, but the Wildcats did take their last timeout. So Upperman, one more snap here before this one goes final, as Chaffin will hand off to Polk. Polk's going to run it instead of just taking a knee. Polk to the 15, to the 10, pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line. They'll push him out of bounds, or they'll say a touchdown. Touchdown for Ethan Polk from 21 yards out. Polk will score the touchdown with 20 seconds to play. His third touchdown of the night. We've got him with 223 yards rushing. And Polk puts Upperman in front now, 34-14, with the extra point coming. So instead of taking the knee, they hand it off to Ethan Polk, and Polk takes it in to score his third touchdown. Stanfield to try to go 5 for 5 on extra points, but whistles stop play. It's going to be offsides on Livingston Academy, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. A lot of times, kicker might just want to decline that one because you get so used to that extra point distance, but they will move him up 1.5 yards. Holder for Upperman is number 18, Andrew Hughes for the Bees. Kicker move first. The place is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 19 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, it is Upperman 35, Livingston Academy 14, as they tack on a touchdown late, does the Upperman offense. And the Wildcats will get the football back, but only 19 seconds remaining. So Livingston's going to go to 0-3 on the season against, of course, the Whites Creek game, not an official game because it didn't reach halftime. So not a win for Livingston. They were leading 24-12 at half, with 1:04 to play in the first half. Upperman to kick off. As Sebastian Stanfield coming out to kick. Volleyball coming up for you on Monday night as the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats elementary school team and high school teams will both play on Monday night here on Overton Events. That's on the 11th. On Monday, we'll begin at 4:30 with our coverage of the elementary school games. Stanfield to kick off here. He'll hit this one short on the far side. It'll bounce out of bounds, and Livingston will have it after the penalty for the kick out of bounds. Wildcats will get it up at the 30-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. So Livingston, a couple of chances to take a couple of deep shots here if they want to. Nobody touched the football on the kick, so the clock didn't start. The Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. Are they going to make them kick it again? Both teams. Actually, the Wildcats still huddled around Coach Mattenhauser. As nobody's really gotten the football to spot it. That's at the 30-yard line. It'll be at the 35 where it'll be 1st and 10 for Livingston. So 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 35. Coffee with Bowles to his left. Brody will take the snap. Quick pop on this near side through the hands of Hughes and incomplete as Coffee just tried to sidearm that one around the defender. I don't think Hughes could really see it coming out of the hand of Brody Coffee and couldn't pull it in, and the incompletion going to set up a 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. So 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. They'll send trip receivers to this near side. Bilbrey, Brown, and Hughes. Bowles, the running back to this left side as well. Coffee rolling that way. Steps up against pressure. Coffee in trouble. Trying to throw on the move, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get to Will Brown on this near side. Just couldn't make the connection there, and the incompletion going to set up a 3rd and 10 with 7.9 to play here in the 4th quarter. So could be a couple more plays in this one. As Coffee gets the play from the near sideline from head coach Mattenhauser. Brody. Will bring Hughes in motion. Coffee will take the snap. Pressure coming, penalty marker down. Coffee spins away from it. Coffee will run to the 40, to the 45, up to the 47-yard line. Another penalty marker down on the play as the clock stopped with 4.2 to play, and penalty going to be an illegal shift against Livingston Academy. As the first penalty, there's one thrown on the far side as well. As Upperman with a player down on the field. Number 36, the injured player for the Upperman Bees. Walter Kane for Upperman. Maybe Coach Kane's son there for the Bees. Didn't see what happened to him. Game can't stop on a defensive penalty as the Livingston training staff coming out there as well. Kane going to walk off the field, limping a little bit noticeably. 4.2 showing on the clock. Going to be illegal participation against Livingston Academy. And the one on the other side must not have been on Upperman, must have just been backing up the other flag, as that'll back it all the way back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 25 now for the Wildcats. Last play of this fourth quarter, you would think. As they start the clock, the official is going to make sure of that. Again, still can't end on a defensive penalty, and Livingston didn't get the football snapped. So that will be your final. Upperman holds on to win it over Livingston Academy by a final score of 35-14 as the Bees stay unbeaten at 3-0. Rather, as they go to 4-0 on the season, Livingston sees their record drop to 0-3 in this 2023 campaign. Again, your final score, Upperman 35, Livingston Academy 14. Thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. This is Craig Cantrell saying good night from Livingston Academy.